Hello, and as the stock watch videos bring us to the middle of the trading week, we're looking at some more earnings coming out, and IBM's shares have jumped over 6% as they released their better than expected earnings targets. So let's just take a quick look at the numbers. So earnings came in at $3.35 per share, adjusted from $3.30, and $16.7 billion in revenue, adjusted at $15.96 billion. And net income in the fourth quarter jumped over 70%, as you know, IBM are looking like Intel to really boost their profits over the pandemic period. And if the pandemic does go into 2022 and prolong a lot of these earnings seasons, then we'll see a lot more shares jump and stock prices jump, which we'll take a look at shortly for IBM. But their share price, when it was released, jumped almost 7%, which is quite significant as well for the stock. You know, we haven't seen a big move like that in a while, as on the daily chart we'll look shortly, but we were looking at a bit of a downtrend before the spike. And also another story that caught my eye was that Microsoft yesterday issued an upbeat financial forecast for the opening months of this year, and you know, they're seeing continued strong demand for their products and services as we go into 2022 as well. So got a lot of big earnings coming up for the rest of the week as well, and obviously the FOMC minutes tonight could shake up the indices quite significantly. The Fed is expected to raise interest rates not just a couple of times this year, but up to 5 times this year, so that would be quite significant as well. So just keep an eye out if you are trading indices as well. So let's just take a look at IBM stock first of all. Like I said, we are seeing this nice jump in the market, but this could actually finish on a lower setting once the market opens, because you know there is obviously the downtrend that we were looking at before, and this could continue once the market opens, because there could be more of a sell-off in IBM stock. So just look out for that when you are trading these big jumps and big reversals or retracements in the market as well. As you can see here, before the news was released, we were looking to trade roughly at the top border of the Ichimoku cloud. Now we've seen a jump in that aspect, so we'll see another push to the upside possibly. As you can see on the RSI, very overbought at the time that we saw this recent peak. So again, we'll see if we can get prices back down, especially for bears, to target what we were looking at before. And you know, on the other hand, if you look on the 4-hour chart, we are looking to break through the Ichimoku cloud, which is quite significant here. However, as I said, once the market opens, we'll see if we get some kind of resistance here and a move back lower. If we do break this top border of the cloud, then I would expect a move lower back down to resume this downward trend. But you know, nothing too divergent on the RSI at the moment. You could say there was, you know, a slight divergence, but it didn't really come down as far as we wanted it to really confirm the divergence. So we'll see what comes into fruition for IBM in the next few trading sessions, and Microsoft as well. You know, the last time I looked at Microsoft just a few days ago, we saw this downward trend, especially after the acquisition of Activision Blizzard that it had. Prices did propel slightly, but then we continued the downward slope. So Activision Blizzard has retraced quite a little bit as well, so just keep an eye on that if you are trading the stock. But at the moment, you know, we are looking a little bit like we see a little bit of correction there on the price list, but you know, it's not something, it's a little bit precarious at the moment. I'm just basically looking at this downward channel for the time being. We've pierced the recent bottoms, and if we just pull it back a little bit more on the 4-hour chart, you know, we're going back to excuse me, roughly about 6 months ago, where we're looking at other targets. Will it drop to that? We'll have to wait and see, especially with more news coming out of more earnings. But you know, the Activision Blizzard acquisition only took 3% off their market cap, so it wasn't something too significant. But you know, with every big acquisition, we'll always look for reversals and retracements as well. So let's just keep an eye out for the earnings season calendar and see what other stocks are in line for a shake-up. And also, like I said, with the Fed's decision tonight, look for the US indices to be making some major moves as well. Excuse me. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Join me again for another video tomorrow, and we'll speak again then. Bye for now.